I built my new computer recently, and why the hell did nobody tell me how hard it was gonna be? Like, look, putting the stuff in, like the GPU, CPU, all that, it was so easy, it was a breeze, and plugging everything else was also easy, it was just picking the correct wires you needed. You know what was hard? Screwing stuff in. This is my screwdriver. Look at this thing. Nobody told me I was gonna need an industrial screwdriver. I thought my ass could handle this. So immediately, first thing, my motherboard has an SSD shroud, and that shit was screwed in tight. I spent like a good 30 minutes just trying to fucking screw it out, and my screwdriver just kept popping out. It couldn't get into the fitting. I could feel my motherboard bend. I thought I'd break it. Eventually I got it out, got my SSD, and then it was time for my cooler, and guess what? It had springs on the screws, and in addition to that, the radiator was longer than my screwdriver. So basically I had to press very hard on the screws and screw it with my fingertips, and I did that for like over an hour. It was phenomenal, but nothing could compare to putting the fucking motherboard in the case. I swear to God, with the CPU, cooler, and everything else, it weighed like a good 5 kilos already. Putting it into the case, oh my God. My case, the Montech Air, came with like 4 coolers, and one was on the back, and it was like blocking it, and I was trying to get the motherboard around, but if I did, I'd probably scrape it, so I ended up just unscrewing my fan, putting the motherboard in, which I swear to God, I thought I was gonna scratch it. I was so scared. Then I finished it, I screwed it in, and put the fan on the wrong way. It was now an intake fan. Don't worry, I fixed it. It's fine now. But I've gotta say also, plugging stuff into the motherboard when it's in the case is like terrifying. You're bending the fucking motherboard. I'm there like, oh my God, this is gonna snap at some point, like I swear. Oh, and the worst part, so my case's USB port cable, I plugged it in at the bottom, and then midway through the build, I was like, I want to plug this at the top. So I tried pulling the cable out. It was just in there. You could not pull that thing out. Eventually it got out with the port. It pulled the plastic shroud of the port and just left the pins on there. Now thankfully I got the plastic thing out and plugged it in the right port. And beyond that, with the SSD, with my operating system, it just booted. It works flawlessly. I have not had any issues. Phenomenal stuff.